I just came back to Europe. Haven't been here since 2021, believe it or not. I used to live out this way, not Portugal in particular, but in Spain. So it feels very familiar being back here after spending the last 14 and a half months on the African continent. I can't say that it's better here, but it's definitely more developed. It's kind of impossible to deny that. The day's just getting started. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of first impressions that I'll be able to share with you guys here sooner than later. But here for the moment, I'm just enjoying it. The weather is actually pretty warm here. I'm on the island of the Azores. So hit that like button. I'm putting in work out here. I swear to y'all, I'm putting in work. I'm trying to think of the name of this one. I forget what the name of this island is. If it comes to me, I'll let you guys know. But from the airport to the city center is only about 50 minutes walking. So I think I'm going to try and walk it. Unless I see the bus just pass me by, then of course I'm going to take the bus. But you know, that's one of the weird things about European countries is sometimes they won't let you pay by cash. So you kind of ass out if your card doesn't work, because a lot of times the American cards won't work on the local transport systems, or you need a ticket. Like, they just make it complicated sometimes. You feel me? But either way, I'm gonna make it do what it do. All right, so the name of the city is Ponta Delgada. You can see it here. Ponta Delgada, outras direções. So if I just keep going straight, eventually I'm gonna hit the city. I have no data here. So if I get stuck and there's no Wi-Fi, no internet, no nothing, I got no way to communicate. But I'm sure it'll all work out. It's an adventure. It's a nice, crisp day. You can still hear the crickets, even though it's about to be 7 o'clock here in a minute, 7 a.m. if you don't know. But it should be a nice little walk. Wake me up. Get me ready for the main event, which is the island of Madeira, which is where I'm going after this. And the capital city is Funchal there. And I have a lot of content coming from there. It's the capital city of Madeira. And I've heard good things. I've heard mixed things about it. All right, here we go. We're officially in the Azores. This is some artistic European stuff right here. You don't see this almost anywhere else in the world, where it's just some art in the middle of a public highway or public road, and there's no purpose behind it. It's just there to look beautiful. One thing I've noticed about all of the Portuguese colonies, former colonies, and I guess the mainland too, is that they have these stones. So you can find these stones in the road in Rio. You can find them in Angola in some places. You can find them in Mozambique. I think there's something just very Portuguese about having these stones in the ground that you walk in. Gorgeous. I love the greenery here. So it rains a lot on these islands, the Azores. And it keeps everything looking like this, fresh. All right, so now So now we're finally in the city, the actual heart of everything. And this architecture is so different than what I was experiencing over in the last country, right? Over in Cape Verde. It's a whole different thing they got going on over here. Very beautiful. So they got Santo Cristo. They got Jesus looking like Krishna or something else. That's different. I can't say I've seen that before. One thing I always found funny about Catholicism is the way that they have Santeria, where they spend all this time worshiping saints, and it takes away a lot of the attention from God. You know, you're praying to a saint for rain, you're praying to a saint for protection, you're praying to a saint for wisdom. So you're praying to all these things that are not divine, so that they will speak to the divine for you in theory. And you make these little temples to these non-deities. It's very odd to me. Maybe some Catholics can explain it down below. It's very, very quiet here. About $100 a night, and I think that's just because the space here is so limited that you don't have that many options. All right, I think we're coming up to what I'm looking for now. We're gonna see here in a second. So you can see this artwork here. I like the colors. So you can see the city is starting to wake up little by little. It's about 7:40 right now. So I think most of these businesses will open around 8, maybe 9 for some of them. But it's definitely a lot more lively and interesting than what I was seeing before. You guys didn't see it on camera, but I just walked into a cafe. I wanted to get some water. Spoke to the guy in Portuguese. I wasn't sure if I should do English or Portuguese, but it was a very local shop, like a little corner store cafe. So I was like, yeah, I might as well bust out the Portuguese. But it's my understanding that everyone here speaks English, at least basics. But now I could be wrong. But I just think because of tourism, it just makes so much sense for them to learn it to a pretty good level. So they got these little detached houses here. Okay, so we had a little bit of a delay, but now we're finally taking off. We're gonna head to Madeira. It's about a 2.5-hour flight. So I'll be right back with you guys shortly. Weather's looking amazing. And like that, we out.
This thing is a life that's better than y'all. Focus, man.